it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and I am super excited about today's video. I am gonna film two today, so you're gonna see me in the same old getup, but I am super excited to finally reveal our entire home gym. And this has been a long time in the making, and spoiler alert, it is still in major progress. I have not done all the touch-up painting. We don't have all the equipment we plan to get, but this is a marathon, not a sprint. Like, we didn't do all the things at once. We've done things very slowly over time, and I found out when we did the closet thing that these are not quick projects for us. We got kids activities, we got two little small kids at home, and we just do not have the bandwidth to dedicate to something and like knock it out in one weekend. Like, this is a long-term marathon process for us. So one thing, we cash flow everything, so that definitely is a holdup when gym equipment is super duper expensive. And so that's part of the holdup, is we're buying things over time because we're not financing anything. We're not building up debt. We are cash flowing every single thing that comes into this house. And that's a really important priority to us, is to not go into debt for things like this. So because home gyms are fun and play, it is a cash flow purchase for us. But it's also a time crunch thing where it's like we do one step at a time, and then like that's all we can handle for a while, and then we do the next step. And like, again, have not touched up painted. We have had this home gym done for quite a while. Like, it's functional, it works, but we have not done the touch-up paint because Mama is too tired at the end of the day to pull out the paint and touch up the paint. So it's definitely on the back burner on my to-do list, but it just has not been done yet. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how it is today. I really love the home gym, and it's just changed things that I can get this room set up and make it like the lovely scrapbook space that I envision in my head. And the equipment's not in here, so I don't think it's half workout room, half scrapbook room. It is completely scrapbook-tastic in here, and that makes this my really happy, scrappy place, and it makes me feel really crafty and that kind of thing. So I'm getting this room done, but it also means we have a whole dedicated home gym place. And once we moved into there, Johnny started working out. There was just not a whole lot of room in here, especially for both of us in at the same time. I love being able to work out and be in that room. So let's back up just a teeny tiny bit. We started this home gym journey when I needed the Peloton out of this room, and we had an empty formal dining room space. And because of the way our layout is in our house, our formal dining room would just never be an actual formal dining room. It's just, we're not formal dining room people to start with, but we also have a big built-in breakfast nook area in our kitchen. So our dining room table fits there. We're only a family of 4. Because of the way our layout is, I'll show you when I get to the actual home gym tour for you guys, but because of the way our layout is, our formal dining room is not super duper close to our kitchen. So I feel like I would not be wanting to move all the plates and silverware and food and stuff back and forth between this formal dining room and this breakfast nook area. We decided from the start this room was going to be kind of like a flex space. So it was a playroom when we first moved in, and slowly but surely all the toys got migrated to different sections of the house, and the kids were never really playing in there all that much to begin with. And also we've got a media room, we've got a loft space, each kid has their own bedroom, and they also play in the living room. So it's like, how many kid fun places do we need? They also will come in here and do art. So the kids basically took over the whole house, and I'm like, we're gonna use this room as mommy and daddy playroom and make it a home gym. So it was not really being utilized. I think it had like a rug in it, and that was pretty much it in the beginning, like when we started this home gym journey. So we ended up putting in rubber flooring right over the tile. I did not want to mess up our beautiful wood look tile. That was one of our big splurges when we went to build this house, is this wood look tile that's just beautiful, and I love the long planks of it. I love how they staggered it so it's not in any particular pattern, and it's just beautiful. So I did not want to rip it up, but I wanted to protect it, and it's not like the most comfortable thing because of the grooves where the grout is. It's not a really comfortable surface to be working out on. It's hard because it's made of ceramic. So again, not a comfortable surface to be working out on. And so we put down this really nice rubber flooring. I will leave a link to everything I'm talking about. Pretty much we did all of this basically ourselves. So we did install the rubber flooring. It is done in big strips. So there's actually 3 pieces of the rubber flooring. And if you look, you can see the seams of it. We opted not to like tape over seams or try to put like clamp things underneath it. You can buy these like little flat things that have kind of like teeth in it and it will hold the rubber flooring together. We opted to just put it down and it's like a floating rubber floor. And so far we haven't noticed much shifting or anything. And then we also got a little lip bumper to put across the edge because the rubber flooring is taller up than the wood floor. It left this big gap thing. So we actually bought a little thing that goes across it, and it was from the same company that we got the rubber floor from, but it makes it more of a seamless transition, which that piece we may end up taping on because I've had to like push it back in place a little bit over time, but for the most part it stays put because it is rubber. It is pretty like sticky, like rubberized, and it doesn't move all that much, but you can buy tape to like stick it to the actual rubber floor so it doesn't move. But I love the flooring. The flooring was about $1,000 to put in, and again, like we did it ourselves. I ended up mostly like X-Acto knifing the heck out of it and getting it done. We had a T-square and a big giant yardstick, and I just went to town. Permanent marker, measuring tape, and I pretty much cut most of the flooring myself, and he helped me put it in place because it was really heavy. It was a two-person job. My only tip if you're gonna do a rubber flooring is the rubber comes in big giant rolls. Do not like unroll the roll and set it flat. Flip it over so that it's like curving this way versus curving this way when you set it down. So you'll know what I'm talking about. The ends will kind of fold up if it's curved the wrong way. So we ended up rotating and flipping all of them upside down, and then they stay flat, which is really, really nice. You want your floor to not be like really spongy and wobbly and curly up at the ends, and over time it would relax anyway, but we decided to flip it over to just make it nice and smooth in the beginning. So we did put this in. We did not remove baseboards. We did not remove the tile underneath it. It is just plain old rubber over the hardwood floors, and we really like it. So that was one of like the main pieces of putting this room together. And the other main piece is my modern accent wall. I had this planned in my head. I wanted a chevron accent wall, and I picked out the color. We agonized over, well, I say I agonized over the color. I wanted it to be bright, but not so bright or so crazy that I would want to change it in like a year. I picked just this beautiful, beautiful teal color, and it's just perfect. I do actually have paint samples, and we had like 6 paint samples up on the wall, and then I narrowed it down and got paint samples like in the actual jars, and we ended up going with this color. It's from Dynasty Marquee collection from Behr. So I think this is, yeah, this is the Home Depot exclusive brand, and this color is called Aqua Fresco. So it's just like a really dark, deep teal color, and I painted the wall swatches and I was like, is this too bold? Is this too bright? But it's the one that keeps calling to me. And I just loved it so much. So on that little paint sample, it looks pretty dark. And then when I did the swatch on the wall, it called to me. This is ultimately the choice we made, is Aqua Fresco by the Dynasty Marquee Behr brand. And I just love it. And so I got lots of different colors. I found this one was too muted. I found one of them was like traffic neon color, and it just did not work at all. And then there were a few like mid-tone ones that I really, really liked. And so the wall color was picked, and we decided to start working on it. We did not remove the baseboards in this room, so I went ahead and kept the framing around and just put it right over the baseboard. So I did map this out and plan out the dimensions of it. I measured the wall like all the way up and all the way over, and then I planned out how I wanted the chevron to be. So I mapped this out with my iPad. I just planned it out, I think, in GoodNotes. I just whipped it up, and then we had to decide on the angle of the bars. Like I knew how many lines I wanted on each section, and we had to plan out the angle. We didn't want it to be too steep where it looked like really ridiculous. We didn't want it too wide where it almost didn't look like a chevron. We ended up using one of the presets on the miter saw. There's like these numbers for different cabinetry common numbers. I will insert the number that we used down below, what degree it was, but it was just one of those auto, like it gives you like 90 degrees, 45 degrees, and then it has these weird in-between things that carpenters use. It was just one of those weird in-between ones, and it happened to work really nicely for the wall. So that is what I picked, and I just love it. I love that we were able to do it, and it was hard. Like, it was hard deciding on what angle. It was hard cutting everything down, and we are like a builder grade house in just a big community. So the building quality is not like perfection. Let's just, to say it nicely, to put it mildly, the building quality is not 100% great. So our walls are like weighty. They are not 100% flat. So we had some issues like getting some of them actually stuck to the wall, and we had to use a lot of caulk because there are some little like gaps everywhere. And of course, it's not perfect. It definitely still needs a little bit of touch-up paint. There's one little like spot where I had a piece of tape or something. It took off some of the paint, so it definitely needs touch-up paint. But for the most part, it's done, and it was quite a process. Like we mapped out one panel, finally like figured out exactly what we were doing, did all the paneling, then we had to do all the caulking, sanding, smoothing out, some spackle here and there for like misdone spots, and then painting. And painting was a lot. Like you have to paint every surface of every part of it. So I definitely recommend if you're going to do an accent wall, like take your time. No, it's gonna be a big giant ordeal. It was a lot, but I love, love, love how it turned out. So I am super thrilled with the wall. It's my baby and I love it. And I go into there and I see it while I'm riding my Peloton, and I just love it so much. So I'm super happy that we got the wall done. I'm super happy with the color. I think it's a color that just pops. We have gray walls, and depending on the lighting, the gray can look beige, it can look really dark gray. It just depends on the time of day, the lighting in the room. So we wanted to have an aqua that would blend really well with that, and this color is just like perfection for me. I just love it. It looks good against the gray and it really stands out. And I will walk you guys from like our entryway into the room so you see this wall when you first walk into our house, and everything else in our house is like gray and white with pops of teal, like pops of teal everywhere. But this wall, when people walk in, it's a showstopper. They see the wall and they're like, wow, that's cool. And I'm like, yeah, we did it ourselves. I'm really happy about it. So anyway, as far as future plans for it, I definitely want to get a power rack in there. I really would love to get a treadmill and or rower. I've been really wanting a rower, and rowers you can put upright, so it's not that big a deal. I still want to do some floor stuff, so we need to make sure we still have room in the floor. So that's just something that we have to consider as well. But there's still lots of space to grow into this room. So we just have to decide exactly what equipment we want to get and of course cash flow that. So right now it's not a whole lot of actual equipment in there, but it's enough that we are both able to get in there and work out and get good workouts in. So now I want to stop chit-chatting and I want to hop into the room and show you guys everything that's in there thus far, show you the floor, show you the wall, and yeah, I'm super excited to finally share this one with you guys. It's been a long time coming. It was a long time planning. It was a long time in the works, and now I feel like we are most of the way there. Like it's a completely functional room. It just has room to grow with us over time. So I'm really happy with it. Okay, let's stop talking. Let's hop into the room and I'll show you guys around and you can see it for yourself. All right, here is what you see when you walk into our house. You can see the wall and the home gym is off to the side. I do have a home tour, but there's a little hallway down here with a little nook, and that works into the scrap room office, and then that is into the living room and kitchen and everything in there, and then the garage is through that little entryway area. We also have an upstairs, but when you walk into the house, you see part of the wall, which is what I wanted. I wanted you to be able to see it, and I feel like it's definitely a showstopper. I do have the light on because I didn't want to open the blinds too far. There's a house right there. But here is what it looks like. I'm going to give you guys a quick little overview here so you can see the whole thing, and then we'll walk around and talk about the various different things. You can see the wood tile floor and then also the rubber floor and the little step up there. And if you look closely, I'll zoom in of course, but if you look closely you can see where the rubber flooring was put in. It's got lines there, and I'll zoom in so you guys can see. There's like stuff everywhere, but that's what the edge looks like. It's just cut, and I think this is 1/2 inch, and I did get the gray speckle. There's lots of different options, but you just press it back in place and it's nice and functional. You can dry mop this or just like Swiffer mop it. You're not supposed to like soak it with liquid and stuff, but here's what that rubber edge looks like, and it goes all the way across, and of course I have to push it back in place now that I flipped it over. The edging on that makes it so we don't trip and hit that little edge, and it also protects the floor underneath. I like having this rubber bumper there. So the flooring was one of the big, the big expenses, big purchases for this room. And then walking over, we have just a little Kallax unit from IKEA to hold some little equipment stuff. But let's look at the whole wall, if we can get it all zoomed in on there. But that's as close as I can get. Let's see. But there's the wall. I think we have 10 or 11 foot ceilings, so they're pretty tall. And I just love the wall. It's the 4 panels with the nice angle, and we worked really hard on it, and Johnny put a little frame around that outlet because it lined up right with that bar. This side happened to not. They're not symmetric, you can see, but they still work, and I would love to someday like paint those or get ones that blend in a little bit better than the white ones. But for now, the white ones are it. And it was a lot of work, but it turned out really, really nicely. And we do have textured walls. We decided to not like try to knock off the wall texture. You can see the wall texture, and then the bars here, we did get actual wood. So you can see like the wood grain in some of this. And then there's one touch-up spot I need to touch up really badly there. But I really like the wall. I like it. It's a showstopper. We plan on probably mounting a TV on here at some point and then putting some artwork. I want to do like frames of different inspirational quotes in here. And like that's the inspiration wall. And then the TV will be mounted and it'll be up there too. So for this side here, we just have the Kallax unit. And it's got some sweat towels, a roller, yoga stuff, resistance bands and booty bands and things like that. The pieces that go to the actual Peloton, it gives you tools when you buy it. So they're all in there. And then we've got my workout stuff, Johnny's workout stuff. I just write down all my workouts and my mileage and stuff. And then this is the hardcore on the floor calendar. And then up here, I decided to put a medal storage thing. I do really like purchasing the medals for various things. There's some Pelofondo things. There's some of the virtual challenges. It's the Conqueror virtual challenges. I track my mileage in that and order those. And I order the charity medals and really, really like both of those. So I've been ordering those from time to time. And there's lots of room to grow on this. And then this actually was black, like the color of the screws. And I ended up spray painting that to blend in with the room a lot better. And so that's just a little station. We can put our drinks up there or whatever we bring into here. And I've got pens and dot markers up there so that the kids can't mess with things. It's to keep the toddler away from it, really. And then swinging over to the other side, you see the front door. And then we've got the rack here. This is from Rep Fitness, and I wanted to get the blue one. And then I decided I didn't like the blue because it doesn't really match the wall. So I may end up painting this over time or just getting used to the blue. I do want a power rack, but I don't want it to be a different color. I'm like deciding what color we want for things. And I don't think we'll go bright blue. It just does not go that great with the aqua, but it's a really nice functional rack. The only downside is some of these rubber, like these kind of coated ones don't fit the greatest on here. The Peloton ones fit great, and these Hex ones that we got, these are various different company Hex ones that we've gotten, and they fit great on here too. So we've got lots of room to grow. We've been slowly just purchasing these over time, and you can see I've got some 8-pound ones. I have some 5-pound ones that stay in my workout bag when I go to mom's group and stuff. And then as far as things on the floor, we've got a floor mat. This is just actually a baby like crawling mat. We've had this since Olivia was a tiny baby, and I just put it in here for now so we can do like sit-ups and push-ups and all the things where you want a little bit more cushion, because this floor is rubber, but it's hard. Like I wouldn't want to do all my crunches and stuff on this floor. So I definitely will put some sort of mat in here over time, but for now this one is very functional, so we use that. And then over here we've got a mirror. This is just something I got. Somebody was redoing one of their bathrooms, like their master or something, and they were getting rid of this mirror, and you can see it is like older. You can see like the edges of it are messing up, but it was free. So I plan on mounting this somewhere over here. We've got to decide where the power rack is going, where this rack will go over time, and then we'll hang the mirror and mount it so we can watch our form. And we do our workouts like over here. You can see me. So as I'm doing workouts over here, I can see myself and watch my form in the mirror as it is right now, but we will probably hang it the opposite way, like turn it 90 degrees and hang it the opposite way. Right now, we just have an old fan in here to cool us down. It does rotate around so we can get both of us when we're in here working out. I actually plan on mounting some fans, like bigger workout room fans, like up in the corners so that we have some more cooling, because this, while it gets the job done, it's not the best, and I don't like it in here. Like it just stacks there and is in the way, and we'll have more equipment in here. It'll be nice to have fans up at the top. And then of course my beloved Peloton is in here. I keep my shoes locked in. Johnny will wear the same ones as me because I have big giant feet. So he can fit his feet in the same ones, but I really love having it facing the wall so I get the beautiful look. And if I have inspirational quotes on here or a TV in here, I can have both of those to look at as well. And then over here, I always need tissues. So I have tissue box, I put my drink right here, and then I put my phone up here. I ended up getting a different little rack thing. My phone actually will fit in these grooves, or I can put the iPad in here. It will hold on to my tablets or iPads or phones, whatever, and have it right there. And then I got a little fan. This one is just rechargeable. I got this off Amazon, and it just clips on, and then I can move it around as needed. It rotates like all the ways, so I can keep it on me. And I always have some chapstick here because I like having that. And then I also keep my Scosh here. This is just a heart rate monitor. You can see I'm clumsy and have run into corners of the wall. So it's got a little mark on it, but yeah, that thing works really well. And then also some of the towels have this band. Some of the Peloton towels can hang. So I just hang one there. And yeah, this thing is well used, well loved. You can see all the fingerprints on the screen, but yeah, I ride that thing pretty much every day and love it so much. And yeah, it's the main star of this room so far. So for future plans, I definitely will be getting a power rack at some point, and I'm thinking it will probably go like in the middle here. And then I want a treadmill or a rower, and we'll have to rearrange that side of the room because I definitely want some floor space for floor exercises. And then the rack, I don't know where it will go, but it might be able to stay there depending on how big the power rack ends up being. And then as far as future plans, we'd like to mount the TV. We need to change the light before we get a power rack because it is a low-hanging chandelier because it is a formal dining room. I'd get one that's like one of those LED circle lights that just stick on the ceiling. And then we'd like to hang some fans up here as well and get it all decked out and ready to go. And that's pretty much it. So I really just love the way it looks. I love coming in here with the bright wall. This is like the only wall in our entire house that has a pop of color. Everything else is the gray. This is Repose Gray by Sherwin Williams, and I really love the color, but I needed something fun in here. So there's the wall, and that's my favorite part of the room is the wall. We worked really hard on it, and I think it turned out really good. So there you go. Lots of room to grow in here. And oh yeah, one other thing. When we were laying the rubber floor, I definitely rubbed it against the walls. So you can see there's scuff marks. I need to touch up paint or like try to magic erase and then touch up paint, things like that, because the rubber floor definitely scuffed up the walls. Yeah, that is it. I hope you guys like to look at this room. I'll back up and show you guys the whole thing again. There it is. I hope you guys liked this look at my home gym. I'm so excited to finally show it to you guys and share the wall information and stuff with you guys. So I hope you guys liked it. Look in the description box down below. I'll have links to everything. I do have a referral code for the bike to get you guys some free accessories when you buy the bike. And it also works on their treadmill as well. So there you go. There's the room. I hope you guys liked it. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow me along. I will do a part 2 of this eventually when we get upgrades, when we purchase more equipment, get certain things done like the lighting and fan system. And that's it. So have a great day and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.